welcome to the Spring 2021 Engaged Learning and Student Support Virtual Recognition Ceremony. My name is Patience Amankwa, and I am the Counseling Services Specialist for our department. We are so glad that you could join us tonight as we celebrate our spring graduates. Our three programs, Bulldog Scholars Academy, Scholar Studio, and Student Support Services, come together tonight to celebrate our wonderful students. To the families and friends of our amazing scholars, we want to thank you. Thank you for sharing them with us throughout the years, for allowing them to use their gifts and talents to assist our programs, and most of all, for allowing us to walk alongside with them throughout their journey. Scholars, we are so proud of you, especially proud because you made it to the finish line during such a difficult time in our world. We know it wasn't easy, but you made it. At this time, I would like to ask all of you to join with me in a brief moment of reflection to honor the lives of those we've lost at the hands of the COVID-19 pandemic, to social injustice, and the many other tragedies of our world.
There's a spot in my heart that never grows cold. There's a place in my memory that never grows old. There's a prayer on my lips that'll ever be true to God in my country, to Bowie State, my school. Oh, Bowie State, dear Bowie State, may you forever be the flame of faith, the torch of truth, to guide the steps of youth. There's a song in my heart that I'll ever sing of the beauties at Bowie State that each season brings. There's a pledge in my heart that I'll ever keep true, to uphold the standards of Bowie State, my school. Oh, Bowie State, dear Bowie State, may you forever be the flame of faith, the torch of truth, to guide the steps of you.
Wow, that was a magnificent rendition of our school, Bowie State University's alma mater. Let's give it up one more time for Miss Sade Collette. All right, so at this point of the program, it is now my pleasure to introduce three students who will be sharing their testimony of what Engaged Learning and Student Support has done for them. Please allow me to introduce Miss Chloe Bowden Davis, Miss Francesca Keys, and Mr. Quentin Braswell.
Greetings. My name is Chloe Bowden Davis. Currently, I am a graduating senior child and adolescent studies major from Baltimore, Maryland. As I reflect on the past 4 years, I'm reminded that to whom much is given, much is required. There are 4 important lessons that I have learned through my matriculation that I feel have got me where I am today. The first, in order to grow, you have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. As a student within the Bulldog Scholars Academy program, I had to adapt to being away from what I was used to and living with a roommate for the first time. Second, in order to succeed, you must plan. As a sophomore, I started taking classes that will point me in the direction of my future. Third, build meaningful bridges. Junior year, I had the opportunity to tour prospective students and families on Bowie State's campus. This experience gave me the opportunity to connect with students from all walks of life. Finally, always have a plan B. For senior year, instead of being active on campus like I had imagined, I was forced to move home and take classes via Blackboard, Collaborate, and Zoom. In closing, I'm forever grateful for every experience that I've had. When thinking about Bowie's atmosphere, I'm reminded of a mother nurturing her children. I cannot wait to see where my future will land me.
Hello, my name is Francesca Keys. I'm a graduating senior majoring in child and adolescent studies. TRIO has made a huge impact on my journey. TRIO was a huge part of my college journey, being a first-gen college student. And they helped me guide my way through college, far as choosing classes for the semester, receiving help of any sort, such as issues with the departments in the administration building, receiving tutoring, and providing helpful advice and information regarding financial aid. I also received help on personal things as well. Joining the program, I did not feel alone in college. I had someone to talk to when I needed to. TRIOs always had programs and events that were very fun and kept me amused when I did not have anything to do on campus. I also met a lot of amazing people who are also in TRIO and staff members of TRIO to build memories with. I greatly appreciate this experience with TRIO, and I do not know what my college experience would have been like without TRIO.
My name is Quentin Braswell. I'm a senior business management major, and TRIO Support Services and Bulldog Scholars Academy in Pear has been a huge help for me, considering the fact that I'm a first generation college student. Bulldog Scholars Academy and TRIO Support Services was able to give me enough confidence and enough guidance to be able to mark my way through Bowie State and be able to understand different things that a normal first generation college student wouldn't have the tools to understand because of generations of people going to colleges from their families, being able to tell them certain things. I was able to be on the right track and continue to progress properly. Without them, my growth and the guidance that they gave me, I wouldn't have had that. And I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. Thank you.
Quentin, Francesca, and Chloe, thank you so much for those warm words of reflection and recognition and just acknowledging your journey here at Bowie State University and through Bulldog Scholars Academy, Scholar Studio, and Student Support Services. We really, really want to thank you for helping to tell the story of the work that we do. You guys mean so much to us, and we look forward to seeing all that your lives are going to become. Well, we have another graduate who's going to join us to bring our keynote address, Miss Chanel Powell. She is now an alumna of Bowie State University, and I met her as a freshman as she entered Scholar Studio. Her learning community focused on the Crownsville Hospital for the Negro Insane, and her class was charged with finding a new mission, a new vision, and a new purpose for that property that exists right in the state of Maryland. So Chanel's group did a phenomenal job, and we then invited Chanel and her partner to join us at the Maryland General Assembly, where she presented to the General Assembly on their ideas for the property, as well as including an African-American to help decide what to do next. Well, lo and behold, that opened the door for Miss Chanel Powell to become the voice for the voiceless, as she will share. It opened the door for her to become a leader on her campus, on our campus, leader among her peers, to become a Thurgood Marshall Scholar, to start a media and photography business, to move to Seattle, Washington to work for Microsoft. Chanel is doing many things in her very short and young life, and we could not be prouder to call her a Bowie State Bulldog, to call her an alumna of Scholar Studio, of TRIO Student Support Services, and of all of the wonderful support that we offer in Engaged Learning and Student Support. So without further ado, I bring to you Miss Chanel Powell.
Wow, thank you so much for that amazing introduction, Ms. Turner. My time at Bowie State University was one for the books, and I don't know where I honestly would be without having engaged with you and Dr. Love and Dr. Latanya Brown Robertson and many other faculty and staff across the campus that I do believe has helped shape me into the woman that I am today. So just thank you for seeing me before I even saw myself. I would like to just transition here and go into and share a little bit of my journey and how I got to where I am, and hopefully impart some knowledge and learnings that I've gained along my journey. I would like to take a moment before I start to acknowledge those who have been impacted by the triad of pandemics and perils that we've experienced over the last year. I'd be remiss if I did not call them by name, so here we go. To those who have been infected and those that have lost loved ones due to COVID-19, my heart is with you. To those who are members of the African diaspora and those who live every day being Black in America and abroad, I want to affirm that there is beauty in your melanin, there is majesty in your lineage, and there is a fighter in your spirit. Continue to soar and never see your race as a burden, but better yet, wake up each day with pride in who you are and the lineage in which you represent. To those who have had to bear the brunt of white supremacy and anti-Blackness, know that the days of reckoning are among us. A day where we can call out oppressive behaviors is here. A day where we don't have to sit idly by and refrain from rocking the boat has arrived. A day where we don't have to be tongue twisted and tongue tied has indeed arrived. A day where we don't have to just deal with the inequities that cause us to feel like we have no voice, to feel like we have no power, to feel that we cannot change the circumstances in which we live. That time has long passed. To the graduates of the ELSS and Bulldog Scholars Academy, as you embark on this new journey, there are three things that I've identified that have been fundamental in helping me get to where I am, and I believe are fundamental to help me go to where I want to go. The first thing is, know that your voice matters. If you were not meant to be in that room, if you were not called to that place at that time, you would not have been there. The second thing is, reinvent yourself over and over again and never allow anyone to snuff out the essence of who you truly are. And the last thing that I would say is, be the change, but also live in your destiny. And I'll go a little bit more into that as I speak to you all today. I want to start off with sharing a little bit about who I am. My name is Chanel Destiny Powell, and I'm originally from Prince George's County, Maryland. I had the distinct honor to be taught by amazing teachers and faculty members, having graduated from New Carrollton Elementary School, then going to Charles Carroll Middle, and then transferring to Kettering Middle School, and then graduating from Parkdale High School, and being accepted into Bowie State University. So my realm and my circle of life was definitely astute in Black excellence. And the beauty in where I'm from is that I've never had to question the journey that I could potentially take in my life. I never had to go outside of myself. I never had to look for people that didn't look like me to gain validation, because everywhere that I went, I saw myself being validated. So one of the beauties of having and going and attending a university like Bowie State is that everywhere I went, I was reminded of who I was and who I could be. When I first joined Bowie State University, I was a little more on the timid side and a little bit more on the side. And having gone through the programming with Scholar Studio really helped me shape and frame the way that I decided to navigate life. I had Ms. Turner reach out to me one day after my team had completed our case competition for revitalizing Crownsville Hospital for the Negro Insane. And I remember very clearly that my team decided to go in the direction of building a museum to pay homage to the people who lost their lives, but also remember the unique journey and opportunities that continue to lie in the African-American community. And in that program, I learned the importance of leadership. I learned the importance of utilizing my voice and ensuring that although I may not know each intricacy of where this thing could go, it's still worth me saying and doing what's meant to be done. So one of the things I told Ms. Turner is I'm a little nervous about taking this opportunity, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it anyway. So let me go home and write something up, and I'll send it over to you and Miss Lisa Nardi. I wrote something up the next day, and I was automatically affirmed. Everything that I said on that paper, and I remember a bit about it, but I said, I want to be the voice to the people that don't have a voice. I want to be the voice for the people who don't know if what they're saying is right. I want to be the voice for the voiceless. And ever since that day, ever since the time that I testified on behalf of that bill to include a member of the African American community, I had no shame in raising my hand. I had no shame in identifying and telling people what my story was. And that is the very thing that has allowed me to since have 8 internships throughout my undergraduate career. That has allowed me to speak on stages of over 5,000 of people, including the CEO of Twitter and Roland Martin, and all these other high executives and political leaders. That is the very thing that I believe will propel me to one day run for Congress. And it is because of me being affirmed and me being seen by Black people, but particularly Black women. It showed me all the things that I could do, and knowing that there was no feat that I would face that would be impossible, because I had my community not only positioning me for success, but literally like putting me there in a position where I could be an advocate for our community as a whole. So I want to tell you to use your voice. If you were not meant to be in that room, if you were not meant to be in that space in that time, you will not be called to do so. And the second thing that I want to talk about a bit is reinventing yourself. I know that as you journey through your college experience, you find yourself maybe participating in SGA. You find yourself maybe participating in academic experiences like hackathons or communities that come together to just create ideas. You may find yourself trying new things, and you may ask yourself, well, how is all these things going to work together? How am I going to leverage all the learnings from this? But what I will say is you get to decide, and you get to say how this thing is going to work out for what you want to do. So for me, I still don't know what I want to do fully. I just know that I'm willing to try most things. And if you just have the heart and the openness to say yes to opportunities when they come your way, then you'll be more inclined to navigate those spaces that you may not know what to do. But to understand that fundamentally there are traits and abilities that you are gathering and you are putting in your toolkit to propel you forward. Those are the skills that you're going to use to reinvent yourself over and over again, that you may find yourself in a place of political power. You may find yourself to position people to be economically mobile. You will position yourself to create academic opportunities for not only this current generation, but generations to come. So continue to reinvent yourself and never limit what you think that you can't do. Never limit things that you feel like you're not well positioned to do, but just know and believe that there is innate power that you were born with, and only you can do the thing that you were put here to do. And the last thing that I want to just, leave with you all is be the change that you seek in this world. As I've navigated life and I've moved out to Seattle, Washington, I didn't know, what this journey of working for one of the world's most valuable companies would bring. I didn't even determine that I would allow those experiences to essentially make me continue to be an advocate for this organization that essentially wasn't created with me in mind. So one of the beauties of being where I am is that I have a chance to start anew. And the way that I've chosen to reinvent myself out here in Seattle, Washington, was embark on the journey of learning more about philanthropy, understanding what's important to me. One of the fundamental things that I decided when I was in high school was that everything I did, everything I touched, everything that I was a part of, I had to be intentional about creating opportunities so that Black people were presented in a positive light on this earth. And when I did that, I just saw the world a little differently. Understanding the world of philanthropy, essentially what that tells me is that there are people with resources. There are people with access. How do I leverage those resources and those levels of access to filter it back into my community? One of the amazing things that I've been able to do is align myself with a local nonprofit called Wonder of Women International, where I serve as the vice president of operations. And what we do is we create sacred spaces for Black women and girls to tell their stories, and providing them with self-care routine and art and methodologies that are going to allow them to heal and show up fully, to show up in a healed place, and to show up where they can truly allow the world to see their value and allow their light to shine. While working with that organization, I had to unpack some of the things in me that I felt like I could work on. I had to unpack some things in me that I felt like were created because of this system that we find ourselves in as Black Americans. I had to take off and reinvent the way that I saw professionalism. I had to undo a lot of the things that I was taught so that I could work and operate and talk from a place of being healed. So being in this organization, I said, well, how do I leverage this thing I really care about and utilize this platform? So I've been able to create strategic partnerships for this organization to be the change in community, because they're already doing the work. They do the work that matters to the community in which I care about. So what I decided to do is align myself with that organization and with people with resources, so that people that do the work that I care about have what they need to not only survive, but to thrive long term. So if I leave today and you hear nothing else that I say, I want to leave you with these three potent points. The first one is, know that your voice matters. If you were not meant to be in the room at that place at that time, you would not be. So use your voice. The second thing is, reinvent yourself over and over again and never allow anyone to snuff out the essence of who you are. You keep those fundamental, quirkiness and, jubilant and amazing traits about yourself, and never allow anybody to take your peace away from you. And the last one is, be the change. Find unique opportunities across the board and ensure that you're bringing your community along with you for the journey. Thank you so much.
Chanel, thank you so much for those words of wisdom. And what a treat it is to have those words coming from another BSU alumna. Our Bowie State University graduates for spring 2021 really have words of wisdom that they can live by. Allow your voice to be heard. Know that it matters. Reinvent yourself and be the change. Well, Chanel, you certainly don't just speak those words, but you live that life. And we are very proud of the young woman that you've become. And I look forward to voting for you one day in the US Congress. Senator Powell, maybe? Thank you so much again. Well, in 2017, Bulldog Scholars Academy welcomed two young men who we will never forget, Mr. Keyshawn Nolan and Mr. Justice Lafayette Robinson. Both young men were mentored by Kobe Heron, and we went on to enjoy their lives while they were here with us at Bowie State University. Keyshawn going on to be a member of the Royal Court, Mr. Sophomore, Mr. Black and Gold, and Justice Lafayette always serving us in TRIO Student Support Services. He was always the one holding the door, picking up and carrying the packages, making sure that we had what we needed and that there was no act of service left undone. Well, these two young men, bright stars in our lives, have gone on to live their life beyond this earth. And yet we celebrate them here and know that they will always live as a flame within our hearts. So we wanted to take this time at Spring 2021 graduation to acknowledge them. This would have been their graduation, and we don't want them to be forgotten. So Kobe Heron is here to share on our behalf, and also to invite the Nolan and Robinson families to share their tributes with us as well. Kobe.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Ms. Turner. As Ms. Turner stated, my name is Kobe Heron. I'm a recent graduate of Bowie State University, and I had the opportunity to serve as Keyshawn's and Lafayette's mentor in the summer of 2017 in the Bulldog Scholars Academy. As a mentor, it gave me the opportunity to have little brothers that I didn't have growing up. And I was able to, build relationships with both of these young men and watch them transition from kids into young adults as they transition from high school to college. And I was also able to live out some experiences that I didn't get to take advantage of as well through them. So that was a good experience for me. And, I'd like to thank both families for sharing their sons with the Bowie State family, which they'll forever be a part of. And I miss them both dearly. And, now both families will be sharing a piece in their memory.
Hi, everyone. My name is Keisha Perrin Allen. I'm Keyshawn Nolan's mother, your Mr. Black and Gold for 2019 and 2020. I want to say a few words to my son, who would have been graduating with you all with his bachelor's in science and computer science. From Little League baseball to Taekwondo to recreational baseball to the Junior Usher Board to starting running back and being on Leadership Council, I've always been Keyshawn's biggest fan. He finally arrived at Mr. Black and Gold when he got to Bowie State University. This is actually the jacket that he wore when he was named Mr. Sophomore for Bowie State University. It's been a pleasure to create an endowment at Bowie State University in honor of Keyshawn. We created it so other kids or young adults would be allowed and been given more of an opportunity to pursue their own dreams in life, such as Keyshawn did. Keyshawn's words of encouragement were live above mediocrity, and you'll never be more than you are until you've done all that you can. On behalf of Keyshawn Devontae Nolan and his family, we'd love to wish and congratulate all graduates of 2021. Keep striving for excellence and job well done.
Gotta see you, boo. And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world tonight. Hey, little mama, ooh, you're a stunner. Hot little figure, yes, you a winner. And I'm so glad to be yours. You're a class.
Keyshawn Devontae Nolan, a 20-year-old computer technology major hailing from the elite Baltimore, Maryland. And I am honored to serve as Mr. Black and Gold, the first attendant to Mr. Bowie State University.
I mean you and together, baby, there is nothing we won't do. Cause if I got you, I don't need money, I don't need cars, girl, you're my own.
Where I'm at, but I wouldn't be here without my mother. So we need to give our women, our queens, the most respect possible.
Make me fall in love, and now I know I can't be the only one. I bet it's hearts all over the world tonight with the love of their life.
Dear Justice Lafayette, you are forever in our hearts, minds, and spirits. It broke our hearts to lose you. You did not go alone, for part of us went with you the day God called you home. This was not the May 2021 tribute for you that we imagined. We witnessed daily as you worked so hard and achieved so much in your amazing short life. But now, heaven has sent angels down and gave you your wings. You are free. You took the ultimate flight, and now you are soaring high with your angel wings. Justice, I dedicated this song to you in life, and now in remembrance of you and your wonderful spirit. I now also dedicate this song to your peers here within the Bulldog Scholars Academy. May they all continue to soar high as they elevate into the next phases of their amazing lives. Justice, you will be forever missed, forever loved, but never forgotten. Love, Mom, Dad, Jared, Granny, Aunt Bessie, and Chrissy.
I'd give you the moon, but you'd never know the warmth of the sunshine. I'd give you the world, but exactly what would that do? I promised you wings to fly, but how would you ever let you run? So I wish you all you need to be more than I could be. This is what I wish for you. I wish you rainy days so you can know the beauty of a clear blue sky. I wish you fallen leaves so you'll understand the seasons change. And if I gave you the mountains, would you learn to climb? I pray you'll always see the forest through the trees. And this is what I wish for you. And this is what I wish for you. If I could have changed the word and changed your fears away, yes. And I'd stay right by your side and show the way that you should take. This is your life, this is your story. And when all is done and said, may you live with no regret. I wish you ocean breeze and rivers that bring you everything you dream. I wish the air you breathe is all that you'll ever need. And I wish you nights of love and days of joy and shoulders when you cry, and just enough loss to get you through goodbye. And this is what I wish for you. I pray one day you'll have a home with arms that open wide. Oh, and you'll have someone who loves you, always by your side. Yeah. And if you lose your will to try, I wish your wings to fly. I wish your wings to fly. I wish you everything you need. And this is what I wish for you. And this is what I wish for you.
Ms. Perrin and Ms. Robinson, thank you so much for sharing your heartfelt sentiments about your sons with us. Thank you for sharing the photographs and the memories and the music. It's really important to us because we loved Keyshawn and Lafayette so much, and we miss them, we grieve them. And we're just happy that we can have you to participate in this ceremony on their behalf. At this time, we're going to transition into honoring our graduates for the class of 2021. We want to recognize you because we know that this journey has not been an easy one. We want to recognize the fact that you have crossed the finish line and finished at least this leg of your journey here at Bowie State University. So please, everyone, join me in celebrating our 2021 graduates. Our first honoree is Miss LaKayla Bostic.
Bachelor of Science in Business Administration.
Chloe Bowden Davis.
Bachelor of Science in Child and Adolescent Studies.
Kenan Davis.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Taja Key.
Bachelor of Science in Biology.
Francesca Keys.
Bachelor's of Science in Child and Adolescent Studies.
Temi Lyons.
Bachelor of Science in Biology.
LaShawn McCray.
Bachelor of Science in Psychology.
Mark Murphy.
Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration.
Michael Ojo Abiona.
Bachelor's of Science in Computer Technology and Security.
Janelle Stewart.
Bachelor of Science in Biology.
Jordan Townsend.
Bachelor of Science in Business Management.
And Brittany Williams.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Tamisha Woods.
Bachelor's of Science, Elementary Education.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. We are so proud of you. We're so happy for your accomplishment, your achievement, and we want to celebrate you together. So I'm sure that you have either your cord or your tassel on your graduation cap, or you have your own way to celebrate. But together, we want to mark this occasion. So cord yourself, turn your tassel, or celebrate in the way that you know how, all together. Excellent, and congratulations, yay, congratulations to all of the graduates of the Office of Engaged Learning and Student Support, Bulldog Scholars Academy, Scholar Studio, Student Support Services. I and our staff are so very pleased and proud of all that you've accomplished, most especially in this most difficult time. But what we know is that your journey and the lessons that you've learned along the way will empower you to change the world. We expect to see you at Bowie State University as alumni, making a change and making a difference in the lives in the Bulldogs that are coming behind you. Thank you so very much. And of course, from my deepest heart, I love you and I'm proud of you.
Congratulations, graduates. Hi, my name is Lisa Nardi, and I am the Assistant Director of Engaged Learning and Student Support. We are always excited to honor our graduates, but we know that they didn't just wake up one day with a degree. A lot of hard work got them here. It is my honor to usher us into the next portion of the program where my colleagues will present special awards.
All right, greetings, everyone. We've now come to the award portion of our ceremony today. I'm Mr. Mark J. Cox. I am the Writing and Technology Specialist within the Department of Engaged Learning and Student Support. As part of my responsibilities with my post, I work with a myriad of students at Bowie State University, on a weekly and daily basis, and I help them to get their ideas on the page and to find their voice as writers in the academy. As members of the human species, we use language for a number of reasons. Chief among them is to express ourselves. But writing, unlike speaking, does not come natural to the human being. Writing is a discipline that we learn stage by stage through rigorous practice. Now, writing is not brain surgery. You may be thinking, what does that mean? That means you don't have to get it right the first time. Jayla, I have worked with you now for approximately 2 years in helping you to refine your assignments and to find your voice as a writer. So today, on behalf of the Department of Engaged Learning and Student Support, I would like to recognize you by bestowing upon you the ELSS Writing Award for your commitment to improving your abilities as a writer. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Marr. Thank you so much. Thank everybody who's in ESL. I thank y'all so much. You've helped me a lot. Yeah, you've helped me a lot.
Phenomenal. We'll continue to practice and you'll continue to get better.
Yes, and I'll continue to sign up for my appointments to get help because I can always be better.
All right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Olumide Akinwekomi. I currently work as a math tutor with the Department of Engaged Learning and Student Support. And I would like to present an award to Mr. Cleveland Artis. Mr. Cleveland is a very great person. Is very good to work with. I really appreciate him. I thank him for everything he has done. He's committed. I learned a lot from him because Mr. Cleveland showed me that age doesn't matter. Just do all you have to do. And I want to say a very big thank you to him and to the whole department. Once again, I would like to, I have the pleasure of presenting the ELSS Math Award to Mr. Cleveland Artis. And thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Cleveland Artis. And this is truly, I wasn't expecting anything like this. Mr. Lumide and I have been, we have become really, really good friends. And I really appreciate the effort and time, consideration and patience that he has with teaching math to me. I wouldn't want no other person to be in my life at this time as my math tutor. And I really appreciate him. You know, we found out some things about each other, about each other's family and stuff of this nature. And he's just like a son to me. But the qualities that he has, I can't expound on all of them right now because there's so many of them. He's just gifted. He's caring, he's sincere, he's loving. And I'm just grateful for him. And I would like to extend all my blessings to him and his family. And I thank God for him. Thank you, Mr. Lumide. And I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you're going to do. God bless you always.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Cleveland, for that. And I would like to introduce once again the Director of Engaged Learning and Student Support, Ms. Monica Turner. Thank you.
We have really enjoyed recognizing all of our graduates and our award recipients for their amazing accomplishments over this year and the previous years as they journey to success. Well, it would just be a tragedy if I did not pause to recognize our amazing colleague and peer and our coworker, our ride or die, our leader, one of our leaders in Engaged Learning and Student Support for his accomplishments as a graduate, a master's degree graduate here at Bowie State University. So Mr. Mark J. Cox, we want to applaud you and say congratulations on earning your master's degree this year. Thank you so much for all that you've given to our students. Thank you for pouring into them what has been poured into you. Mark, if you would you share with us the inspiration and topic for your thesis?
Thank you so much, Ms. Turner, for that touching tribute and those kind words. I count it a great joy to be graduating from our beloved Bowie State University. So essentially what I wrote about was called The Monumentum to the Momentum, which is a piece consisting of 4 essays that I wrote over the course of 4 years at the university in the Department of Language, Literature, and Cultural Studies, where I unpack the ideas of ontological vulnerability among African Americans. And I also unpack the ideas of archetypal masculinity within the text that we read throughout the program.
That is phenomenal. And were there particular writers that inspired you?
Absolutely. So starting with the writer Jean Toomer, who 100 years ago, coincidentally, was the one who was the beginning, or who began the Harlem Renaissance with his novel Cain. And then the writer Alice Coltrane, people know her as a musician and the widow of John Coltrane, but she's also a magnificent writer. And then Edwidge Danticat, who is a Haitian American writer who is just, the pen game is off the chains. I really admire her stories that she tells about Haiti and what it means to be an immigrant here in America.
Mark, thank you so much for sharing that. Several of the words that you use, I have no idea what they mean. So I know that you are an amazing scholar because you know what those words mean. Well, Mark, we wanted to thank you, and we have a really special gift for you, we hope. So knowing that you were inspired by the work of Alice Coltrane.
Thank you so much.
To you. I just wanted to give you that really special gift that I know you would appreciate.
Yes, thank you. Y'all know me well, appreciate it.
Thank you all so much for joining us for the Spring 2021 Engaged Learning and Student Support Recognition Ceremony. It has been a most joyous occasion. We are delighted again and so proud of all of our graduates, of our award recipients, and we're so grateful to the families of Keyshawn Nolan and Justice Lafayette Robinson for being with us today. I thank you again for attending, and I want to offer an opportunity for our provost to give some closing remarks before we say goodnight.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Carl Goodman. I serve as the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at Bowie State University. To the class of 2021, wow, what an amazing time. This is your moment of change from the person who you once were when you arrived on this beautiful campus of Bowie State University to whom you are today, full of experience, knowledge, confidence, and excitement about the endless possibilities and opportunities that lie ahead for your future. This is your moment to practice your faith and trust in the people in the community that you will soon serve. Knowing in terms of where we came from as far as COVID-19, and knowing that hopefully as we look for the future, having some sense of normalcy, that your profession that you will soon become a part of will be guiding you into a life of wealth and hopefully happiness. Your training that you have had here at Bowie State University should be giving you a respect of dignity and show you that your intuition in terms of what you are about to become. I want you all to remember that Bowie State is a very special place where you can always have and hold dear to your heart. BSU should be a place where it should rest in your life for long as eternity. Since our humble beginnings in 1865, BSU is Maryland's oldest HBCU and among the 10th oldest in the country, with a rich and illustrious history in the past 156 years. And so I know, and I do believe, that Bowie State University future is bright because of you. You are our future, and our dreams and our aspiration now lies with you. And so for all you students who are part of this Engaged Learning and Student Support Center, please know that you're always welcome back. We definitely want to wish you the best as you move forward. And I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't remember the lives of some of our dear ones who have taken away so shortly, particularly Keyshawn Nolan, as well as Justice Lafayette Robinson. Please know from the parents that we truly thank you very much for allowing these two individuals to come into our lives here at Bowie State University. We wish them well. We wish you well. And to all of our individual graduates who are about to graduate, continue to be Bowie proud and be Bowie bold. Thank you and best wishes always.
Thank you so much, Dr. Goodman, for those words of inspiration at the close of our program. I must say thank you to all of our program participants, the families of Keyshawn Nolan and Justice Lafayette Robinson, our keynote speaker, Ms. Chanel Powell, and all of our graduates who participated. It would be just unthinkable for me not to acknowledge the amazing staff of the Office of Engaged Learning and Student Support, Ms. Lisa Nardi, Ms. Patience Amankwa, Mr. Mark J. Cox, Ms. Stephanie Walker, and Ms. Vanessa Ashley, in addition to the many tutors and supplemental instructors that we have working in our courses and with our students. I have to thank you because this work is not possible without your dedication, without your willingness to be flexible, to be nimble, to be on Zoom as much as we need you to be. So thank you to the staff. Thank you to all the faculty that partner with us as well. And before we sign off, I must say an extra special, deeply appreciative thanks to Ms. Vanessa Ashley, our videographer and editor, and also to Ms. Patience Amankwa, our director, coordinator, and all-out choreographer for this amazing ceremony that we've had tonight. Thank you both so much for your contribution to our great work. To our families who joined us, thank you so much for being here. To our graduates, congratulations. To all of you, love from Bowie State University and the Office of Engaged Learning and Student Support. Good night.